right. The floor is yours, Akao.
All right. Okay. Hi, everyone. Uh, it's nice to meet you all. And today we will be treating how to use ELAN, introduction to ELAN, ELAN software. So it's an annotation tool. So we will be doing an intro to ELAN, and then we'll be looking around video subtitling. So I hope you guys will enjoy this session today. So without wasting much of our time, let's get into it. So I'm going to share my screen now with everyone. I hope we can all see my screen.
Yeah, we can.
All right. Yeah, so intro to ELAN and video subtitling. So let's just go. So what's ELAN software? ELAN, the full meaning is Udiko Linguistics Annotator. So this is a linguistics annotation tool for producing time-aligned annotation for audio and video recording. So probably you've gone to the field to get data, language data from native speakers, and you have your audio and video recordings. Now, before you can do anything, you need ELAN to work on the data you've collected. So it's a limitation tool. So in 2002, about 21 years ago, by the Language Archive at Max Planck Institute for Psycholinguistics in the Netherlands. So it's been around for a while, and every year and year they try to upgrade the application to make it, the software to make it better. So what is annotation that we are talking about? Because, we said it's a linguistics annotation tool for producing time-aligned, annotation for audio. So what's annotation? An annotation is any type of text, e.g. a transcription, a translation, note, or description of a gesture in your audio and video file that you enter onto a tier. So when you do the annotation, when you have the transcription tier, you have the translation tiers, it's your representing what is said in your audio and video file into written form. So you take your audio and video, that is in you represent it in a written form. So to annotate on ELAN, you need an audio file or a video file which you are going to be working on. Then you need a template. What's a template? A template is just like a formula where you indicate that this is the type of tiers I want to have on my ELAN. This is the number of tiers I want. This is the number of types. Don't worry, we are going to treat what tier is and what type is. So when we get to the practical, you got to understand it better. So we'll be creating one template also. You will see how it's done. So you need to create the tiers, and you need to create types, and these are what we'll be learning in this session. So why do we use ELAN as a linguist or as someone working on language fertilization and the like? So number one, it's for the annotation of annotation of an audio or video file to allow researchers to carry out linguistics analysis effectively. So for example, you are working around theoretical linguistics and probably you are on the field, you had, some kind of sounds, and you be like, oh, I want to know the sound patterns of this language. You can't just know it by hearing it. You have to see it too. So when you transcribe what is said into a written form, that's when you can know the interactions of sounds. And for someone that is working on revitalization, maybe you want to build a dictionary, learning and teaching materials, you need to annotate first. After annotation, then that's when you can start building your dictionary with dictionary building herbs and the likes. So what's useful for, again, like I said, revitalization materials such as dictionary, teaching material, and learning material. So it is aligned now. I say go there. So with ELAN, I can create an annotation that I'm going to put in go there within the particular time frame I said it. So it is time aligned. So also it's useful for gesture analysis and sign language. So having written representation of what is in your recordings can make it easy to search through all your recordings and find whatever you are looking for. Maybe you are trying to work around any aspect of language work. When you have a annotated data, it becomes easy for you to find whatever you are looking for, easy to work on any form of analysis you want to work. So this tool is very versatile, and it provides functionalities for researchers, not only researchers in linguistics, but in many areas of humanities, social science, cognitive science, communication, and all. So now, uh, so what will you be learning in this session? We'll be learning how to make annotation in ELAN, how to create tiers and types, which we could make as a template. Then we'll learn about the transcription mode, or annotation mode, segmentation mode, how to synchronize your audio and video files, how to create subtitling, creating subtitling with ELAN with the help of HandBrake. So HandBrake is another application that will be aiding, creating subtitling with ELAN. So let's go practice, let's practice. So let's go into ELAN. Let's see what ELAN is, and let's see how we can work around that. So this ELAN, I'm going to launch it now. So when you launch your ELAN, this is what you are going to see. Just blank like this, and few button up, file, edit, and the likes. So before you can do anything on ELAN, like I said, you need an audio file or a video file, or the combination of an audio and video file. So to do that, what will you do? Simple. Just come here to File, click on this file. So if you are just working on a new audio and video file, so you have to come to New. Assuming you've been working around one before, you can come to Open, and also you can come to Open Recent File. With that, you can see the list of the recent files that I've been working on today or in the last few days. So coming to New, let's come to New and let's see what we are going to see. So this is just what it's going to display. So when I click on New, I have this display. So it's asking me to pick the file I want to work on, so I can easily use this button, this looking button, to navigate where my audio file and my video file is. So for me, it's under this folder I created. So webinar. So this is my video file and this is my audio file. So looking at it, you can work alone with audio file and you can work alone with video file. But when you work alone with only video file, you won't get a waveform. So without that, it won't really make sense. It won't make the work really easy. So for example, let's say, assuming I'm going with only video file. So this means this video and audio is on my laptop. So by pressing this arrow, that means I'm sending it to ELAN. So you have to make sure that there is this thing on this you check this media instead of this template. Assuming you have a template, these are some of the templates I've been using to work on some of the languages I'm working on, like Okwe and Tunzu. Yeah, so but make sure be sure whenever you want to work on a media, you check media. So let's say I'm working on a video now. I send it in to my ELAN, then I press OK. So let's see what will happen. So it's load, and this is how it will display. And as you can see, there's no waveform here. I can't see any waveform, which is not really making sense. So I won't really like that. So let's go back to new, and let's pick my video and my audio file. So I'm going to send in my audio too, and then I'm going to press OK. When I have
Oge
OK,
ṣíṣe jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú àṣà Yorùbá tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú
when I have OK, you can see I have my video display at the right-hand side, and then this is my waveform, which shows the particular area there is sound. So it will really make the annotation easy. So, for example, probably you have only a video file. Maybe during the recording session, you only could get a video file and your audio is badly damaged, or one way or the other, you just can't find your audio. You don't have to worry too much. There are many free websites out there that you can easily extract, your audio from your video. Then you can combine it. So, and then you have to make sure that your audio file is in WAV format. So for audio, ELAN read WAV and many other linguistic software like that, like Audacity, Pratt, and the like. So they read in WAV. So you make sure that your audio is in WAV. So when you have something like this, so what will you do? To do anything, the first thing you are going to do before you can start your annotation is creating type and tiers. So why do we create type? Why do we create tiers? As you can see, this default here, where my cursor is, this is a tier. So I can decide to, click on this place, listen to it, listen to
bí
it.
a ṣe ń mú
So
ẹwà
listen to and click on,
jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú
the
àṣà
place
Yorùbá
and
tó
enter whatever I want to enter here, then click on enter. But, to have a well-formed annotation, you have to create a tier and a type. So what's the type? We call it linguistics type. So it's assigned to a particular tier. For example, there are different linguistics type. We have phrases, we have words, we have morphemes, and others. So they are linguistics types. So for example, it is assigned to a particular tier. For example, you have a tier that is on transcription. So what type of transcription are you doing? Is it a transcription of phrases or transcription of words? A transcription of individual, sounds or morphemes, or, however it is. So to have that, what we do, first thing you have to do is to create a type. So what are the type we want to work on? So this is it. Click on the type, then you can see add new tier type, change tier type, delete tier type. Assuming you've created one and you want to delete it, probably you've created one, you want to change one or two features, then you can use it. So we are going to click on add new type. So when you click it, this is what is going to display. So you name your type name. So let's say our transcription is going to be on phrases. So we can say, okay, we have this type as phrase. So in creating a type, you have you have to set two things. So you have to put in your type name and then this stereotype. So we have five different type of stereotypes. So none means this your type is not depending on anything. So for example, phrase, your phrase, your tiers on phrase is not depending on anything, so it's independent. So when you have time subdivision, for example, maybe phrase can be broken down into words, words can be broken down into each particular morphemes or sounds. So they can be subdivided. So, and they will be time aligned. So it's same as this symbolic subdivision. That it means your phrase, your phrase can be divided into words, your words can be divided into morphemes. So, but the difference between time subdivision and symbolic subdivision is that your symbolic subdivision is not time aligned. So, and then we have symbolic association. So, for example, you have a tier that is working on transcription, and you have another tier that is working on translation of whatever you are transcribing. So your transcription or your translation have a kind of association because it is what is in your transcription that you are translating. So they have symbolic association. So you are going to get it better as we keep going. So our phrase is independent. So our stereotype is going to be none. So we had. Then you can see it here. We now have a tier type that is, a type that is phrase. Then we can create another one like, words. The stereotype will be symbolic subdivision because you can only get a word. A word is a subdivision of a phrase. So let's say this is it, you can add. Then you can create a type as, morph. So that one too is symbolic subdivision. Yeah. So you can create another type as notes. Probably, you want to take notes during your annotation, you notice something that you quickly want to take notes on, and so that whenever you are going through the annotation again, you can know that, okay, I want to make use of this and stuff. So notes is going to be a symbolic association of our phrase, because whatever you are going to be taking note of is based on the phrase. So and we'll click on add. So when we have this, then we can delete this default. But when you click on this default and click on delete, it won't delete because you can't delete just yet. You have to delete from tier before you can delete type. So let's go to, we have four type that we've created now. So let's go into tier. So now I'm clicking on tier. So just like that one too. So we are going to click on add new tiers. So adding new tiers, what are we going to say? Okay, we now say A, assuming you are having like 2 to 3 speakers. So let's say speaker A. So it's going to speaker A / transcription underscore the ISO 639 number of the language you are working on. So for example, I'm working on Yoruba language now. So it's going to be YOR, and you type in the name of the participant. That's your consultant that you took the data from. So this person name is Femi. So I'm going to write Femi. And then the annotator, I'm the annotator. So I'm going to put in my name. I'm going to Johnson, Akano. So what's the parent here? It has no parent here. So it's none, because it has no parent here. It's independent. So So parent is none, doesn't have a parent. Then we are going to click on the tier type. So what is the type is phrase. So what we are working on this transcription is phrase. So after that, we click on add, and you can see now I have a tier that has been created here as transcription. So what we are going to be transcribing is phrases. So let's go back to tier and create more. So assuming you want to work on words to you curate. So for example, but this is just an introduction. Let's just go to translation of the transcription that we are going to have. So I can say, hey, slash the translation. And my translation is I'll be using my translation will be in English. So I can say the ISO 639 code for English is EN. So I can put it, then write the participants again, Femi. Then I can shorten my name to JA instead of writing. So what's the parent here? So this translation we are doing is dependent on this transcription that we created first. So that's the parent there. And what is the tier type? The tier type is note. So when you do that, you click on add. You can see that you now have a tier that is based on translation. So if you want to curate more, you can curate for word. So when you curate for word, the parent here is going to be the transcription. Then the tier type is going to be the parent here is going to be on this transcription. Then the tier type is going to be on word and stuff like that. So you curate. So after curating your tier and type, you can start your annotation. So when you come here and you put your cursor on this place, you get the information on these tiers, and you can also rearrange your tiers based on. So when you right click here, it brings sort tiers, and then you can sort by hierarchy. So when you sort by hierarchy, you see that the transcription is independent, and then the translation is dependent of the transcription. So we have to delete this default tier because it's not useful. We are not needing it. So just come back to tier, click on delete tier, then you can pick anyone you want to delete. So we want to delete default here. So then you click on delete. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. And we now have just our transcription and our translation tier. So with this, you can now save the tiers and the types you've created as a template. So why do we have a template? For example, you want to work on like 10 different audios and videos, and you don't want to, on each video, you don't want to create tier and type every time you want to work on them. So when you have a template, you can just pick your audio and your video, then your template, and you have this tier and your type in it already. So to do that, just come to File, and you click on Save as Template. So when you click on Save as Template, then you can name it as, practice templates. And then you save. So ELAN save in .ea file for audio for any work, but for templates .etf file. So then before you save, you pick the location where you want it to be saved. So I want it to be saved here in webinar. So I click on it, save. Simple as ABC. So let's see now. Assuming I've created a template, and then let's go back to pick our audio and our video file. So let's go back. Let's go back to new. So on new, I pick my audio, I pick my video, Then I'm going to check templates, and you can see that, okay, let me go to webinar, and you can see that I now have a template. So I'm going to click on .etf file, then send it to the ELAN and click on it. And when it loads, I have my template, I have my tiers and type in it. So now we have different mode. We have annotation mode, we have transcription mode, and we have segmentation mode. So to do that, you so okay. So to do that, you are going to come here. So for example, this is the annotation mode. It's displaying the annotation. So for example, these are the keys to this. So this is backward, this forward, this play, this forward by about a second, and this is by 1 second. Okay, go forward by 1 second and go to the next frame. This go to the next pixel. This go to the end of the media. This go to the beginning of the media. So this one go backward by 1 second and the like. So when you click on play now, I have
Oge ṣíṣe jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú àṣà Yorùbá tó ní
I
ṣe
have
pẹ̀lú.
my video and audio playing. So to do anything on it, so I have to play it again. Then I pick whatever
Oge
it's
ṣíṣe jẹ́
missing.
ọ̀kan nínú àṣà Yorùbá tó ní ṣe.
So also, if I want to make the waveform more bold, then I can, you see my cursor come here, then double tap it and drag it. Then you have it clearer, so you can know where there is sound and where there is no sound. So let's play again. So
Oge ṣíṣe jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú àṣà Yorùbá tó ní ṣe
so with that, I can pause and play.
Oge ṣíṣe
Then
jẹ́
if I want to pick a particular aspect, I can double click on the waveform and then spread it, stop wherever I want it to stop. So I've picked it, and if I want to play it, so if I'm playing this selection, I'm not going to use this play. I'm going to use this play that has S. So play selection. I want to play what I've just selected. So let's play it.
Oge ṣíṣe jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú àṣà Yorùbá.
So he said, Oge ṣíṣe jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára àwọn àṣà Yorùbá. So when I want to input the transcription, so I can just double click on where I've selected. By double clicking it, I can now enter Oge ṣíṣe jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára àwọn àṣà Yorùbá. After inputting what I want to input, then enter. And if I want to keep, just come under here, double click again, then I can write, okay, beauty is one of the aspects of Yoruba culture. This is annotation mode. So from there, you can select another place, then, play it. But when you are doing this, you are at the risk of, time, because you can't be spending hours just on the annotation mode. So there's a mode that makes it much faster. So that's what we call the transcription, the segmentation mode. So what you are really going to be doing in that mode is just segmenting. Then you can come back later to input whatever you want to input into your, the annotations you've created. So to get the segmentation mode, what do you have to do? Just come to option here. Then you have different mode. We are currently on annotation mode. Then there's this transcription mode and there's this segmentation mode. So just come to segmentation mode here. So when you come to segmentation mode, you can see that, okay, we now have a change. Then this is the segmentation mode. It's very easy. What you have to do is just let it start from the beginning. Just go back to the beginning of the media. Click on play. Then when it is playing, just use your enter button on your keyboard. to signal the beginning and the end of whatever you want to pick. So for example, now I'm going to play now. So
ṣíṣe jẹ́ ọ̀kan
I
nínú
press
àṣà Yorùbá
enter,
tó ní ṣe
I
pẹ̀lú
click enter,
bí a ṣe ń
I
mú
click another
ẹwà wa
enter,
jáde àti bí a
signal
ṣe
the
ń tún ara
beginning,
wa ṣe.
the beginning,
Àwọn nǹkan tí a lè lò láti fi ṣe
the
oge
end, the
jẹ́
beginning, the end, the
aṣọ wíwọ̀,
beginning, the end,
irun dídì,
the
irun
beginning,
fífá,
the
ìlà
end.
kíkọ̀,
So
etí
the
lílù
truth is
àti
just
bẹ́ẹ̀
that
bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
when you are walking around it, you get to, come back to stuffs because it can't be perfect. So you can come back, to edit it. So for example, this one, it doesn't align well. So you don't have to stretch yourself. Just bring your cursor on it. Then you can stretch it like this. When you stretch, it covers it more to show the beginning of where he's talking. And then you can align it to the end here. So for example, now you can drag it, just click on it, drag it here. When I drag it there, I can use this button to edit it to what I want, like here. Then I can drag this one back. I can pick this one too from here to here. Then I align it from here to here. So when I align it, so I do that. So I pick it, then after picking it, I align it. So for example, now, when I click on this and I play, and I use the select play mode, so you can hear
Àṣà
this
Yorùbá
one. Then if I click on this one too, click on it, you can hear it
pẹ̀lú
too.
tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú
So another thing about the segmentation mode is that you can join two segments together. So for example, I want to join this first one and the second one together. So I'll just come here, then I'll click on merge with next annotation. So when I merge and I have a complete one that pick it from the beginning here to here. So, I have this one, I play it. So
mú ẹwà
I
wa
can
jáde
keep going. So let's going, with the segmentation.
àti bí a ṣe
This
ń tún
place
ara
I
wa
make
ṣe.
it. I can click
Àwọn
it.
nǹkan tí a lè lò
I
láti
pick
fi
it.
ṣe
I
oge
stop it.
jẹ́
I can, draw this back and enlarge it, make it more bigger, enlarge it again. This one, edit it, make it bigger, make this one to more fitting. Then bring this one here, edit it, and you listen to it to make sure you capture where you need to capture. So that's the segmentation mode. So when you go like this, you segment all the audios, then you can come back to transcribe it. So to transcribe it, then assuming we are through with the segmentation ID, so I want to transcribe. So what we are going to do is go to the segmentation, go to the transcription mode. So come back to option here, then click on transcription mode. So when you come here, this is what you are going to see. So it's asking about the front size. So if you want it to be bigger, some people, they like their screen, whatever is written on their screen bigger. So you can pick font 14. So I like it at 14. Then you click on type. So what type do you have? Our phrase, which is our transcription, and then our note, which is our translation. So when you do that, you click on apply. So when you apply, see what you have. Now you have each segment that we've curated here.
bí a ṣe ń mú ẹwà wa jáde
See? By clicking on it, it's
àti bí a
happening.
ṣe ń tún ara
So
wa
this is
ṣe.
our fourth segment.
Àwọn nǹkan tí a lè lò
See?
láti fi ṣe oge jẹ́ aṣọ wíwọ̀, irun dídì,
So
irun
assuming
fífá,
you have
ìlà kíkọ̀
400 segments, that's how it's
bí a
going
ṣe
to
ń
be
mú
from
ẹwà
up
wa
to
jáde.
down. So now you can now say, okay, let me
Oge
start
ṣíṣe
my
jẹ́ ọ̀kan
my
bí a ṣe ń
transcription.
mú
So
ẹwà wa
let's
jáde.
hear what he's saying.
Bí a ṣe ń mú ẹwà wa jáde.
Bí a ṣe ń mú ẹwà wa jáde. So you can come here and
Bí a ṣe ń mú ẹwà wa
it's
jáde.
how we bring out our beauty. So that's what you do for each of the segment, and then you provide the translation. So for a language like
Aṣọ
Yoruba,
wíwọ̀.
that is a tonal language, And many African languages and Asian languages, they are tonal languages actually, but it's unfortunate that at the moment, ELAN does not support, tonal language. So what do we do? You can still put your tone there. To do that, you just have to do a simple thing. Just, put your screen like this, put it in this mode. Then you can pick your Word document here at this side. Sorry. So you can put it here. Then I can copy from here.
Oge ṣíṣe jẹ́ ọ̀kan
Copy
nínú
here,
àṣà Yorùbá tó
then
ní ṣe
paste here.
pẹ̀lú.
So I've configured my Word in the sense that I insert symbols. So we have two tone in three tone in Yoruba. We have the high tone, we have the mid tone, and we have the low tone. So we don't represent the mid tone. We only represent the the low tone and the high tone. So through symbols, so I've been able to configure my board and decide that I pick this, this tone, this particular stuff. So I look for combining diacritics mark. So I looked for the one that really represents the Yoruba tone, falling tone, and the low tone. Then I had a shortcut to it. Use Alt, I use Alt, or anything that will make me remember whatever I want to use it for. Then, so with this, I can easily to mark my whatever I've transcribed there. So let's say Oge Shishe Rere Mire. Yeah. So So when you're done with, the tone, then you copy, then you bring it back here, you paste. Can you see? So that's how you do for a non-tonal language, you don't
Bí a
have
ṣe ń
any
mú ẹwà
challenge,
wa.
you can just,
Oge ṣíṣe jẹ́
start
ọ̀kan nínú.
inputting it just like that. So for others, Jade, so I can
Bí a ṣe ń mú ẹwà wa
see
jáde
be
àti bí a ṣe ń tún ara wa ṣe.
soon. So, like,
Àwọn nǹkan tí a lè lò
you know,
láti fi ṣe oge jẹ́ aṣọ wíwọ̀, àti bí a ṣe ń tún ara wa ṣe. Àwọn nǹkan tí a lè lò láti fi ṣe oge jẹ́ aṣọ wíwọ̀,
and stuff like that. So you start doing like that. So for a tonal language, you take it to where you can, input your tone and then bring it back to ELAN. So let's get going. Let's go back to the annotation mode because we still have to discuss some other things. So for example, if unfortunately this audio, I only have one speaker, but let's say you have, 2 or 3 speakers, you can easily create, tiers for each particular speaker. So how can you do that? So let's say this A transcription stands for speaker A. So to do that, just come back here, just come back to tiers. Instead of just going and curating type and, just come back to tier here, then click on participants. when you click on participant, then click on add new participants. So when you click on add new participants, you check this place, then you click on specify the new participant you want to have. Just click on, you just write B, that's speaker B, then specify whether the suffix or prefix of the selected tier structure to be changed. So what I want to be changed is I want A to be changed to B. So what I'm picking is the prefix. So now I want the prefix. So I'm checking the prefix instead of the suffix prefix. Then I want speaker A to be changed to speaker B. Then I can press OK. So by pressing OK, then you click on close. And as you can see now, we now have a tier that is on speaker A, and we now have for speaker B. So if you have 3 speakers, just come here again, click on new participant, then, you can easily do this, leave this, specify as C. I want my speaker B to be changed to speaker C, then press OK again, close, and you now have 3 speakers. So you now have 3 tiers for each speaker. So the transcription tiers of each speaker and their translation of what they've said. So to work around different speaker, it's easy. Just come back to your segmentation mode again. Click on it. So whenever you want to pick what speaker A is saying, here where my cursor is talking about is on speaker A. So if you want to pick any aspect where speaker B is working on, just use your on your keyboard, the arrow button that's indicates down, you just click it, it's going to, put it on the speaker B. And when you play, you can start,
Oge ṣíṣe jẹ́
picking
ọ̀kan
for
nínú
speaker
àṣà
B. So for
Yorùbá tó ní
example,
ṣe
speaker
pẹ̀lú
B speak from
bí
here
a
to
ṣe ń
here.
mú
You
ẹwà
can
wa
see,
jáde
speak from here
àti
to
bí a ṣe
here.
ń tún
For
ara wa ṣe.
example, speak from here to here.
Àwọn nǹkan tí a lè
So
lò
you can
lá
stop. Then maybe probably you want to pick for speaker C2, come down. Then you can play it.
láti fi
Then you
ṣe
can say,
oge
okay,
jẹ́
speaker B
aṣọ
speak
wíwọ̀,
C, speak from
irun
here to
dídì,
here,
irun
from
fífá,
here to
fìlà
here.
kíkọ,
Then,
etí lílu àti.
till you finish segmenting, then you can transcribe. So let's go back to the annotation mode. So by doing that, you can see that I have, annotation on the speaker A, which is the one talking. Then you want to have on speaker B2, you can input whatever is said, input here, so it will be time aligned, just like that, so easy as that. So you can also delete. So to delete, just just right click, then you can click on delete annotation, come here to click on it, you can delete it, click on it, you can delete, and stuff like that, and you are good to go. So after probably you are done with your transcription, well, okay, let's see now, this for
Oge ṣíṣe jẹ́
speaker
ọ̀kan
A, this is all you have
bí
said
a
and
ṣe
the
ń mú
translation.
ẹwà wa
So
jáde,
for speaker C, you
aṣọ
can
wíwọ̀,
input what he's saying and then give the
aṣọ
translation.
wíwọ̀,
For speaker A again,
irun
stuff
dídì,
like that, and it's just going like that, easy till you
aṣọ
finish
wíwọ̀,
um
aṣọ
the
wíwọ̀.
transcription. So let's say we want to, let's just go back to the segmentation mode so we can delete it, and then you can go to speaker B, I think we are good. We only have for speaker A, which is what the original recording is for. So now back to the segmentation mode. So probably now you've converted whatever is in the audio and video into written form now. So what will you do? So for example, probably you want to, And another thing is, while working on ELAN, it is important that you save, because if you don't save and you go out, you lose everything that you've been doing. So I'm sorry, I should have said that initially. So with this work that we've done now, so the first thing what we are going to do now is to save. So when you are working on ELAN, save first after creating your types or tier, or after inputting your template or anything, just save your work so that whenever you want to work on it again, you start from where you stopped. So let's click on save. Then, you can save as practice ELAN. Then it's going to save at the extension for ELAN is EAF. So you can save. Then as you go on with, other imputation, other segmentation, you can always click on Control S. And if you are not sure, you can come back here, click on save again, as much as possible. Maybe you work for 10 minutes, save, work for another 10 minutes, you save. So that's just it. So after finishing your work, you can now come here to export your file. So for example, you want to work on a dictionary. So you want to export to Flex. So Flex is a dictionary development app. So to do that, just come to export as, and then you click on, export as Flex file. When you click as Flex file, then you save it whenever you get to Flex and you import the file into Flex, you get every annotation you've made. You will get it on your Flex. Then you can start your analysis on Flex. So for example, you want to work on a phonetic studies, you can export as a Pratt test grid. So you just come here as Pratt test grid. When you export, go to your Pratt, pick the file, and you are going to see what you've been doing on Pratt. Then you can visualize, check the phonetic properties and the likes. If you want to export as just a normal text file, just like a Word file, you can use interlinear and stuff. You can export as a HTML file and others, depending on any form of analysis you want to do. So as you know, in this video, I want to show you how to do subtitling. So how do you do it? You are going to export as a subtitle file. So to do that, just come down here, subtitle text. So we are exporting as a subtitle text, as an SRT file. So you just click on it, bam. So when you click on it, it's going to ask you, which of the tier do you want to export? So we all know that we work on speaker A, and what we work on speaker A was the translation. So we are going to uncheck all this. So uncheck this, uncheck this, uncheck this, uncheck this, uncheck this, then leave only English translation of the transcription of speaker A. So when you leave only that unchecked, then you click on leave the setting as it is, then you click on OK. So when you click on OK, it's going to ask you where you want to save it. Then you can click, I want to save on webinar. So then I am going to save it so as just like this. So, and I'm going to press OK. I'm coming. Probably I have to put in other names. So it's saved. So when it is saved, so what's the next thing to do to get our translation? Just simple as ABC. So let's go back. Let's leave ELAN. So let's save again in case, so that we can get our work. So I've saved again, then I get out of ELAN. So when I get out of ELAN, so looking at it, I now have my, this is my audio, this is my template that I curated, this is my ELAN file that I saved that I'm working on. This is my video. This is my SRT file. So for example, you want to upload on YouTube, maybe as a YouTube video, just pick these two, the SRT and the video that you want to upload, just upload it to YouTube. YouTube has an algorithm that is going to that is going to clip your subtitle file into your or video file. So the viewer now have the option to pick whether they want to use the subtitle or not. But maybe you want to use it for other type of video, and you want to make the subtitle to be permanently inside of the video. So you have to use HandBrake. So you can get the HandBrake on your, so it's free. Is on Mac, is on Windows, on Linux or anything. So you can just go to, just click, press HandBrake on your Google. It's going to bring it, then you can download and install. So this is my HandBrake. Let's click on it. So I'm clicking on it now. So let's see how it's going to load. So when you open your HandBrake, this is what you are going to be seeing. So, you can click cancel. So this is your HandBrake. So probably it might have other interface from Mac, but they still have, the same stuffs, but different design or interface, I say. So to work on HandBrake, what are you going to do? You are going to come here, open source, to pick your video. So to do that, I'm going to go to File, then I'll navigate to my desktop here and pick my video. So when I open it, it's scanning my video, and I have my video here. So when I have my video, what will I do? The first thing I will do is saving, changing the name, because, it will be different from the original video I have. So to save, then I can say, okay, let me use sub to save it. So I have practice video that has been subtitled. So practice video sub. You can save it with any name you want, depending on you. So now you have your video. So probably you want to adjust your video. You can do the editing here. Probably you want to change the resolution and the likes, which is not what we are doing here. So where you will go instantly is subtitle. So when you come here, you are going to import your subtitle file that you've downloaded on ELAN, that you've export on ELAN. So to do that, just come here to track here and click on import subtitle. So when you click on it, you can see this is my subtitle file. Then I can click on it, then click open. So when I click open, it's asking me about information about my subtitle. So my subtitle is in English, I'm going to put English. If your subtitle is in, Chinese, just press C, 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 then you can check for Chinese. If it is on, Spanish, just press S. Find it. If it's on Hindi, you can pick it, but this one is on English. So I'm going to click on this. Then one important thing you have to do is you have to check this one, born in. If you don't click on it and you encode it, your subtitle is not going to show. The subtitling is not going to work. So you have to click on born in. So make sure you check it, born in. So after you've checked here, you can come back to summary. So when you are in summary, what will you do? Just click on start encoding. So once it starts encoding, you can see it here, it's encoding. So it won't take a lot of time because my video is just 2 minutes. So probably you have a 50 minutes audio. You can, just leave it and go and do some other things. And probably, you want to be busy, you can pause, you can restart again whenever you are again with your laptop. You can stop it. That is, you can stop it from encoding and stuff like that. So let's wait till it finish encoding. So it's encoding now. So it's faster if the video is not really long. So if it is long, then you have to wait for a much more longer period of time. So it's not supposed to take this much time, but I don't know why it is taking, time. So, but let's, keep, sorry. Hmm? Okay. It's not supposed to take this long, but let's just keep calm and see how many minutes it's going to take. So I think it's going well now. I just wait till the end. So probably while this is doing, we can go back to ELAN to talk more on, one or two things. So, you know, so yeah. So another thing that could happen is maybe while your transcription is going on, then you had something that you might forget maybe in no time, and you want to jot it down. So you can also come here to this tier rather, and click on add new tier. Then you can have a tier that is on notes, note taking. So click, write the participant name, your name, like I said. Then what's the parent here is going to be dependent on, the transcription, like I said. What's the tier type? The tier type is going to be notes. Then you can add. So you can see now, you now have a tier on note taking. So probably I want to take a note, on this one, I can say, okay, I want to know, I want to know,
tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú
I want to know later, I want to know, I want to read about Yoruba beauty, Yoruba culture. Let's say, for example, so whenever you get back to your annotation, maybe stuff, so you can always see that, oh, I said I want to do this, then you can go and do it. So it's good for note taking too. So depending on what you want to do, it's very versatile. It just depends on the kind of result you want to achieve. So that's the approach you are going to take to it. So let's check back on our handbrake and see whether okay, it's finished. So it did it. And so you don't have this with handbrake, you don't have to, click on maybe save here or stuff. By changing the name, it shows that whenever you finish the encoding, it's going to be at this particular location. So I think so I saved it at user videos. So let me go to my stuff and let me look for my video. So now I have to look for it. That's why it is important to pay attention to wherever you are saving your file. So I didn't check before I saved. So I will have to look for it now. So it's on the video. And then here's the name. So when I click on it, so let's play it. Let's see whether our subtitle, will work. You can
Oge
see.
ṣíṣe jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú àṣà Yorùbá tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú bí a ṣe ń mú ẹwà wa jáde àti bí a ṣe ń tún ara wa ṣe. Àwọn nǹkan tí a lè lò láti fi ṣe oge jẹ́ aṣọ
So
wíwọ̀,
that's how you have
irun
it
dídì.
till the end of your video. So it's just simple as that. So you can also go back to this video and follow the process again. It's going to be uploaded on YouTube. So try it, and it's really interesting. So if you are going on any feed, maybe you've gone on to feed, you have audio and video you've taken and you want to annotate, just follow this process. You are going to have your annotation. So for example, you want to work more than phrase. Maybe you still want to, apart from transcription, you want to, you want to, apart from having phrases, you want to have words too. Just simple as that, to create another tier that is going to be, A slash, words, you know, hyphen, in Yoruba, then put in the other information, blah, 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 this one, blah. Your parent here is going to be a transcription, but the tier type is going to be word. So, and add it. You have it here, so you can, put in your words and the likes. So it's just easy as that. So I hope we've been able to, have an understanding of what ELAN is, how to do annotation on ELAN with the translation, and then how to use ELAN for subtitling. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time. I will stop sharing now.
All right. Thank you, Akao. What an excellent, informative presentation. That was great. I see a lot of comments of appreciation in the chat, and I think we also have some questions. So our first question from Favor is, can ELAN work with audio only? So I guess if you have no video.
Sure. It can work with audio only. And it can work with audio and video, but it's not advisable. It won't really work well with only video. So, but with only audio, it's good.
Definitely. All right. Also have another question. So first, do you know how many people have been using ELAN for language documentation and revitalization? That's the first question.
Yeah, I can't really count, as a linguist, if you're working around language documentation, in fact, theoretical linguistics, you just have to use ELAN, because probably you are working on phonology, let's say, for instance, and you get data, you still need to transcribe whatever it is in the spoken form to the written form. So when you have it in the written form, that's when you can, study the pattern. You can know, okay, this sound occurs before this sound, this one occurs before this. It is what you see, is what you see is what you are going to work with, actually. So or let me say almost all linguists work with ELAN. So it's a necessary tool that you need to, be skillful in as a linguist. So, you have to know how to use ELAN. So, and this is a good webinar to be in. At least you have an idea of what using ELAN is, how to create tiers and, stuff like that, Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm curious. I want to see if ELAN has like download statistics, because there aren't that many documentary linguists in the world, but like you said, almost all of them probably have used ELAN at some point.
Yeah.
I see another question here. What's your favorite feature about using ELAN?
Oh, well, to me, so I've been walking around this walking around ELAN for a while, about 2 years now. And I really love walking around it, especially if I'm working on any dictionary project. The smooth work of, exporting from ELAN to Flex for your glossing, then from Flex back to ELAN. I also enjoy using it for phonetic, analysis too. I can do my annotation in ELAN because it's easy to do annotation in ELAN. Then take it to Pratt, do some phonetic, analysis, then bring it back to ELAN, stuff like that. And as you can see, with ELAN, I can create subtitling for my video. So it's really, I really enjoy every part of it. Just the truth. I enjoy it as a linguist, so it's something I enjoy doing. So it's just part of the work.
Love that enthusiasm. Got another question. Is ELAN available for Mac or for MacBooks?
Yeah, sure. It's available for all operating system, for Mac, for Windows, for Linux, everything. So just go to the website, the language archive. So when you get there, you are going to pick your preference and you are going to download it, which is fine. So Anna have shared the link to the chat box, so you can follow the chat box to the website to download it. So thank you.
Yeah, and when we send out today's slides and recordings, I will also send the link to download ELAN again. And for those of you watching on YouTube, it will be in the description of this video.
Yeah, so thank you.
All right, I don't see any other questions. So if you have them, get them in the chat, or just you can turn on your mic and video and ask if you like. But this is one of those topics where I think people might go practice on their own and come back with questions later.
Yeah. So if anybody have any question, I think, Anna, you can share my email. They can ask me, I'm available to answer at any time,
All right.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Oh, hi.
Oh, good evening.
Yes, please. Thank you very much for the webinar, by the way. I got stuck. I tried selecting an audio file while you were teaching, and it didn't select. But when I selected a video, it did, just like it showed on your shared screen. So I don't know what I must have missed.
So if I get you right, you picked the video, but it didn't work.
No, the video worked, but the audio only didn't.
Yeah, I said your audio have to be in WAV format.
Oh.
Is it in WAV format?
No, I doubt that.
Then you can easily convert it. Just go online, just go on Google. You can convert it with any app. You can use VLC to convert it,
Okay.
There
Okay,
are
I
many
can use
apps.
VLC to convert it.
Yeah, you can use any audio converter. It's free to just get it. Convert it to WAV, and you can work on it. Just simple as that.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
I
think it's to just go back and practice again.
All right. So you can have access to the video anytime. So you can go
on YouTube.
Yeah, it's going to be shared. So you can go through it many times as possible.
Okay, please, can we have access to your email too, or we should just note down our questions for the next class?
Well, I think you can have my email. Anna, would it be shared with with them? Okay, yeah. It's on the chat box already, so you can email me, akanojohnson@gmail.com.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, wow, Akao just solving everyone's technical problems as we watch. Great job.
Yeah, thanks, Anna.
All right. Well, folks, if you don't have any other questions, we are a little past time. So again, we will send out the recording of this video. You can watch it again as you are practicing with ELAN, but let's give a big round of applause and thanks to Akao for this amazing presentation.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Akano. Yeah, thank you. Well done.
All right. Well, thanks, everyone. Next week, we will be gathering to talk a little bit about language revitalization and ways to convert your documentation work into actual support for a language's continued use and thriving. So see you all next week. Have a good one, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank